The delisting of Evergrande was absolutely inevitable, and people have been anticipating on it. The surprising part is actually how late it is. Since the first time Evergrande defaulted to its final delisting in Hong Kong, it took 4 years. And during that time, countless of Chinese real estate developers got into trouble, but very few of them actually declared bankruptcy. It just shows how difficult it is for real estate developers to revive or even exit the market. But Evergrande's delisting itself now is mostly symbolic, but it has marked this official end of China's over-leveraging model. In the past 40 years, China has been relying on borrowing to finance land sales, property development for domestic growth. But as soon as the central government started a deleveraging campaign for the real estate developers, then the housing downturn started. And now the expectation and the consensus in the market is that Chinese housing market has still not reached the bottom, but it will never bounce back to the historical high anymore. The policy focus now is on allocating more resources to the high-tech sector, to manufacturing, instead of those of traditional sector like housing. So when we look at the Evergrande situation now, it will be a good lesson actually for the policymakers and for the market participants on the changing nature of Chinese economy. Now it's time to find alternative engine for growth. And if we're still betting on housing, that will be a mistake. And also, Chinese people's wealth is so tied up in housing. About 80% of household wealth is in their apartments. And that means the government will be very careful when it comes to what happens to those developers. They're worried about social stability. They don't want too much a negative reaction or protest in the street when it comes to housing. The homeowners are quite serious. So we can see how significant this event has been for China in the past 4 years, even if it didn't really come to the delisting phase. But one thing I believe is that given the peaceful delisting of Evergrande from Hong Kong market, the liquidation or bankruptcy of other smaller real estate developers in China might accelerate.